Surah 70, Al-Mairaj, The Ascending Steps, Meccan period. Title. Its title is taken from the word Mairaj, which occurs in verse 3 of this surah. Period of revelation. In light of its contents, it seems that it must have been sent down in the same period in which Surah Al-Haqqah was revealed. Subject matter and themes. This surah admonishes and delivers a note of warning to those disbelievers who used to mock the tidings about the resurrection, the hereafter, paradise, and hell. They used to challenge the Prophet, peace be upon him, to expedite the chastisement of the resurrection if he was true, and if they deserved to be consigned to hellfire. The whole surah constitutes a response to their above challenge. At the outset, it is affirmed that as the disbelievers seek the divine punishment to be expedited, they are destined to undergo it. Once it overwhelms them, no one will be able to protect them from it. However, it will strike them only at its appointed time. It might take some time, but they are bound to be recompensed for their disbelief. The Prophet, peace be upon him, is advised to have patience and bear with their mocking. The divine chastisement is imminent and at hand, though they regard it as a far-off, remote happening. The disbelievers are told that the resurrection which they take as the butt of their mockery is something formidable and horrendous. The sinners will undergo a real ordeal then. Exasperated, they will be more than willing to offer their wives, children, and kith and kin as ransom in order to escape divine punishment. However, nothing will help them in averting their recompense. Mankind is clearly told that on the Day of Judgment, everyone's fate will be decided while taking into account their belief, conduct, and record of deeds. Those who disregarded the truth in this world amassed a huge amount of wealth and withheld it from those in need will deserve hellfire. In contrast, those who feared the chastisement of God firmly believed in the afterlife, regularly offered prayers, discharged the rights of the poor and needy out of their wealth, shunned immoral and evil deeds, did not betray trusts, kept their word, and testified to the truth will get an honorable place in paradise. Finally, the Meccan disbelievers who throng to mock at the Prophet, peace be upon him, are warned that if they do not give up, God will replace them with other people. The Prophet, peace be upon him, is advised not to bother about their ridiculing him. If they are determined to face disgrace in the hereafter, he should allow them to indulge in their vain pursuits. Soon will they confront their abhorrent end.
Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Sa'ala sa'ilun bi'adhabin waqi'.
In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. A beseecher besought the visitation of chastisement. As to the opening words of the surah, Sa'ala Sa'il, some commentators of the Quran take these in the sense of asking a question. For them, the thrust of the verse is that someone asked the question about the promised divine punishment, as to who it will befall. To this, God replies that His chastisement will befall the disbelievers. However, most of the commentators construe the question in the sense of the disbelievers throwing a challenge about divine punishment. Nasai and other hadith scholars have cited the following report narrated by Abdullah ibn Abbas. Hakim bears out the authenticity of this report. Nadir ibn Harith Kalada had demanded, "O God, if this indeed be the truth from you, then rain down stones upon us from heavens, or bring upon us a painful chastisement." Surah Al-Anfal 8:32. At several other places, the Quran has recounted this challenge thrown by the Meccan disbelievers, that they asked the Prophet, peace be upon him, to bring upon them the chastisement which he used to warn them of.
لِلْكَافِرِينَ لَيْسَ لَهُ دَافِعٌ.
A chastisement meant for the unbelievers, one which none can avert.
مِنَ اللَّهِ ذِي الْمَعَارِجِ.
A chastisement from Allah, the Lord of the ascending steps. Mairaj is the plural of Mairaj, which means the ascending steps or a staircase. That Allah is the Lord of the ascending steps underscores His exalted glory, for even the angels have to ascend considerably to gain access to Him, a point elaborated in verse 4 of this surah.
تعرج الملائكة والروح إليه في يوم كان مقداره 50,000 سنة
by which the angels and the Spirit ascend to him in one day, the duration of which is 50,000 years. The word Ruh, the Spirit, denotes here Gabriel, who is mentioned independently from the angels on account of his high position. Other Quranic descriptions of Gabriel are as follows. Indeed, this is a revelation from the Lord of the universe, which the truthful Spirit has carried down to your heart. Surah Al-Shu'ara 26, 192-194. And say, whoever is an enemy to Gabriel should know that he revealed this Quran to your heart by